This is the second video of a series of horn enclosure videos that I am making using the B2 Audio Rampage 6.5-inch subwoofers. In the previous video, we actually designed and modeled and tested a rear-loaded horn enclosure using this subwoofer, and we ended up getting an SPL score of around 134 decibels. The goal of this video is to increase that SPL score by adding even more subwoofers to that enclosure. So as always, we're going to be designing, 3D modeling, and installing right before we SPL test this for maximum output. And once we benchmark those scores, we're going to switch over to a music demo where we're going to really pump some sounds through it. The Rampage 6.5 come packaged in a manufacturer's brown box. It's triple packaged, which is always a good thing to see with subwoofers this beefy. And these are the actual mounting supports right here. This is the little foam tape that goes on the bottom of the subwoofers. Creates a tight seal for you. This woofer is basically all motor. Look at that. The basket is shorter than the motor is tall. Pulling the boot off the magnet, you will see that this is a triple stack 24-pound subwoofer with a 17-pound magnet on it. Do the math yourself. That is 60-something% of the weight of this subwoofer is actually the motor on it, which is amazing. The software I use to model this enclosure is called HornRest. HornRest specializes in horn enclosures, and I have used it often in the past with many other drivers. And I always believe in using the software so you won't waste any time and material. And in this case, HornRest was the tool of choice, just in case you guys were wondering. Right now, what you guys are looking at is the trunk space of my 2018 Chevy Impala. This is front and rear section of it, and this enclosure is going to be facing the front. Right now, you're looking at a 3D representation of this horn enclosure. It has a throat of 6 inches and it has a mouth of 12 inches. The internal volume of this enclosure is going to be 3.8 cubic foot. And despite this covering the entire floor of my trunk space, this is actually a low profile design. Next up is wood selection. I decided to go with MDF for this build. The front baffle is going to be 3/4 inch MDF. All the internal walls of the enclosure is going to be 1/2 inch MDF. Top and bottom is also going to be 3/4 inch MDF. And in this shot right here, you can see the flare of it. And the line is progressively gets larger and more flared as it goes. I'd like to take a moment to give a shout out to Big Jeff over at bigjeffaudio.com. Big Jeff is out here supporting the community, and I really appreciate what he does. So I just wanted to take this time and say thanks, because every time I reached out to this guy, he's always looked out for me. So I'm happy to say that if you're in the market for anything car audio, look in the description box below, click that affiliate link, and use Budget Basshead to get 5% off your next purchase. This will save you an additional 5% off, and it will give a big thanks to this channel. Here's a little update on the horn enclosure. This is a rear-loaded horn enclosure, and the last time you seen it, it looked a little bit different than this. And that's because it was only fitted for one subwoofer. Well, after the last video, I've seen a whole lot of comments. You guys asking me, hey man, what if it was 2 of those? What if it was 3 of those? Oh my God, I wonder what it would be like for 5 of those. You guys' imaginations went crazy. So I got crazy with you, and this is what I did. So the thing is this 6.5-inch subwoofer is 1,000 watts RMS. In this horn enclosure gave us a 134.1 decibel reading on our SPL meter. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to see how much more can we improve that score, since this is what you guys are asking me to do, by adding 3 more of them. There it is. So this how these 3 gonna mount, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the front here. So it's gonna be 4 of them loading the front of that horn. Man, I don't know what I'm about to be doing here, man, but ooh, that's a lot of motor. All right, I went around and marked everything with the pencil, and as you guys can see, not a lot of meat. Not a lot of meat left on the bone here, boy. I'm gonna have to actually adjust what I did here, because this one's right on the edge. That's not gonna be right. Indicative of what we went through on the first mount for this. So hopefully B2 Audio, you know, will see this, and I may not even be the first ones and point this out. They can send this one back to the design team and just get a smaller motor, man. I mean, the coil is really what's, you know, allowing this thing at 1,000 watts. I don't even think it need that much motor. The motor is just for, you know, added strength or whatever. That's your BL for the motor. The punch that you get, it comes from them big motors. But I don't even think it need no motor that wide. So either make the mounting ring wider or use a slightly smaller diameter motor, man. Because this is almost irritating, to be honest with you. You know, beautiful sub, but if you can't mount it or you have issues mounting it, gotta waste wood and stuff like that, it kinda, you know, steer people clear of it. So that'll be one improvement I would make if I was part of the B2 Audio design team. Anyway, I'm not, so I'm gonna move on and just try to get this thing installed. So what you guys are looking at right now is the install. This is pre-wiring. And I must admit that inverting these guys actually give them a stronger stance, in my opinion. You can see all that motor. Like I said earlier, I like the black and white colorway of these subwoofers, so I think they look very nice inverted. However, I did run into some issues when trying to install the subwoofer on the front, and what you guys are about to see right here. Yeah, this earns a thumb down for me. I could not mount this thing inverted at all. As you guys recall, I did have to cut this thing a little bit bigger than I wanted to, and some of those screws were just pressure fitted in there previously, so this was a complete fail. So now I have to figure out a way to cover this hole up in order to complete the install. So that's what I'll be doing next. As you guys can see, what I've done here is I just simply took some wood, a piece of shop mat that I had out earlier, and that's going to be my rubber gasket for sealing up that hole. Kind of a bummer that I have to go from 4 to 3, but I think it's still going to be a good performer. I just don't think I'm going to get that 140 that I was dreaming for. So I took this piece of wood right here, and I'm just going to place it over this hole, get everything lined up properly, and get it screwed down pretty tight. So that's the goal here, just to make sure that we have no air leaks right here, so that, you know, we have enough pressure building up right here at the throat of this thing, so that we can get the some proper SPL scores for you guys later on. Yeah, so when all said and done, this is what everything looks like. This is my trio. So let me know in the comment sections right now what kind of score you think that these guys are going to make, given that the last box gave us a 134.1 decibel with 1 sub. What do you think 3 of them are going to do? Leave a comment in the sections below and we'll discuss it there. All right, so as you guys can see, we're back here in the Impala, and today we got something special. I don't think I've ever been more excited to test an enclosure than this one right here. This is a horn enclosure. Originally, it was a rear-loaded horn enclosure, and it had one 6-inch sub here. But if you guys watched the whole video and just didn't just skip to this part, you would know that now I have 3 of those 6.5s mounted on top here. It's almost like a front-loaded horn now because it's using the front of the cone to do its work instead of the rear of the cone. But we're gonna test it. In the last video, we got a 134.1 at, I believe, 36 Hertz. I don't know what it's gonna peak at now that I added 2 more, and it's not even, you know, on the front of the horn right now. It is right at the throat of the horn, but it's not directly the throat of the horn. But anyway, I don't know what this is gonna sound like. That's why I'm excited. This is gonna be very interesting. To power this unit, this enclosure, we have the Smart 3 Bass by Tar Amps. That's a 3,000 watt subwoofer amplifier, and it gives you those 3,000 watts with the smart technology inside. It can give you those 3,000 watts from 0.5 ohm to 2 ohms, believe it or not, of impedance. And to measure our power output, we're going to be using the AMM1 by SMD. That is a Steve Mead design. He partnered with Demore Engineering. Demore Engineers specialize in this type of equipment. And this is what's going to give us our real-time values during the bass sweep and our peak values during dyno mode. This thing got dyno mode, believe it or not. Handheld device. In the kick, we have the mini bass meter by SPL Lab. The mini bass meter is going to give us our peak values in terms of decibels. And the reason why you want the decibel score is because that's the metric in which sound pressure level is measured. SPL, in other words. How loud are you getting inside the cabin? And that's what we're going to do. We got it in the kick over here this time. Originally, it was in the passenger kick. But because I repositioned the box and the port is now loading over here instead of over there, I positioned it over here so that it can load the same way the last one loaded. I wanted everything to be pretty much the same. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. So, first thing first is the bass sweep. We're gonna be using this Android application to sweep down to 20 Hertz. We're gonna start at 150 Hertz, and it's gonna make its way all the way down to 20 Hertz, and that's gonna be a 30-second duration. Because we don't know what the peak value in our cabin is. We don't know what to burp this thing at, what to crawl into, what frequency to test at. And that's why I got this on hold mode. It's gonna hold the peak value, and the bass sweep is gonna go through a lot of values, and then whatever is the loudest, that's what we're gonna test at, maximum. Got me? So here we go. First thing first, always, the bass sweep. I'm so sorry I can't give y'all no woofer flex because those are inverted. You can't see the cone, but you can see the numbers. All right, here's the bass sweep. Man, I can hear a lot of air leaks around those mounting points. I made, look, I'm gonna tell you how crazy I am. I made gaskets for them and everything, didn't even use them. I was so excited about getting this thing in here. I forgot to put the damn gaskets on them. That's crazy, right? This box is leaking so bad, but we already talked about that. But anyway, as you guys can tell, there was not a lot of power at all. These subwoofers are 1,000 watts RMS a piece, and there's 3 of them. And those things, I don't even know if we got 100 watts just then. But we got a 129 on the meter. Of course, we don't care about that. What we want is at what value it peaked at. So let me do this. 35 Hertz. 35 Hertz. Okay. I like 35 hertz. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's very close to what it did last time. I think it was 36 last time, but it did 35 hertz on music. So the horn tuning is the same. Yeah, man. I think it got a little lower because we actually took out that subwoofer, so the displacement's not there no more. So that little 6 inches of mounting depth or 7 inches on the subwoofer actually added to it. So it's now 35 hertz. Yes, let's get this. Leave a comment in the sections below. What do you think these little guys are gonna do? They're only 6-inch subs. There's only 3 of them. So what score you think I'm gonna get? Leave a comment down below. All right, 35 hertz, baby. All right, so we got 35 hertz. We're gonna creep into this and see what it does. This is 35, let's get it. Woo, that sounds good. Let's get up here. Woo, that's some weird shit. Okay. It went into protect mode, y'all. 3,307. Okay, let me stop this. 3,373 watts at 1.1 ohm of impedance. At 0.1 ohms of impedance. I think I know what happened then, though. I think I know what happened. It cut off. I think I know why. Okay, what do we got down here? We got a 136.3. 136.3. But at what? Okay, we already know. 136.3. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we are going to reset this. I'm gonna try to go a lot slower and see if we can keep it from going into protect. Man, if I had some more power up in here, boy, I know I can get a 1/4 out of this thing. I hope y'all appreciate me shooting these videos. I hope y'all really appreciate your boy shooting these videos. Oh, Louisiana Gator. Man, I hope y'all appreciate the danger I'm in out here, man. Anyway, hey, we're gonna try that again, man. Let's try that one more time. Now, this is the issue. I'm gonna go ahead and share with y'all what I did. That's 3 subwoofers. Each one of them wired in parallel down to 1 ohm. 1 ohm divided by 3 is what? 0.33 ohms. So that's the reason why it's going to protect. You see it, 0.1 ohms of impedance is what it measured. So that's really, really low. That's really lower than its impedance rating is, which is why it's getting them numbers like that. Really not healthy for the amplifier, but we're gonna try this again, going slower. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on it. Here we go, 35 hertz. All right, 136.8. Now we're gonna roll this window down and see if we can get anything better. This driver side window, then we're gonna do passenger window. Let's try this again. Let's clear this. Let's creep back into it. They're getting a little warm. It's okay. Bag off of it then. Same thing, 136.8. Driver side window didn't do much. Let's try passenger. Let's do the passenger one. This is back to back, man. These things are taking it. They are taking it. Come on. One more time. Driver side one, passenger window down. shit again. Okay, that's 0.8 ohms of impedance at 3,000 watts. They are taking it, and it still got a 136.8, so the windows don't do anything for horns. Same thing, it was the same results last time. The metric didn't change at all. So remember, horns pretty much don't need loading barriers, so we're good on that. So why do you guys think rolling the window down didn't increase the score? Let me know in the comment sections down below. But man, what do you guys think? 136.8, that's like a 137. 137 from 6-inch subs. Oh man, this is a beautiful time to be in car. All right, so we're gonna do some music now. We're gonna get everything reset and we're gonna do some music. All right, Tilden Park, The Prize. This is the clean version.
Lately it's looking like everything perfect. Out the mud with it, I put the work and you confirm me where that turf is. Hit precision like a surgeon. Bad ones used to curb me. Showing up to the show with a curve split. You know that I'm worth it, I'm in the cold air. I got the hit stash, got a bracelet for impact. Real trick. I can take it to a 6-step. Think fast and I talk real. I give a fuck about how they feel. Me and Sage stronger propane. It's sounding like accidental. From my block, I'ma ride to the wheels kill. Got his hand on the hammer, so keep it legit. I've been the king.
See-through, Xavier Roussan. Is that Roussan or Russin? Somebody let me know what that said. How do you pronounce that brother name? Anyway, let's turn this up. Woo!
Shit ain't gon' feed you. Big flesh, my swole, double cup and I'm pulled.
God dang, man, look here, man. That's ridiculous. I never would have thought these little subs would sound like that. Let me go through a few more of these for y'all. This is Rec Center. I think I played this one.
Away, call my lane, I paid the way. Joined up nice, I made the play. What a good day to get paid today. Ain't no way, I made the way. Call my lane, I paid the way. Joined up nice, I made the play. Ball in the fade away. Hey. Ball in the fade away. Hey.
Wow, that's only 1,000 watts, man. That's 1,000 watts on 3 subs that got an RMS of 1,000 watts a piece. That is crazy. I never would have thought a day would come in car audio where a sub this big can shake your whole car. That is stupid. Man, that is crazy. I came along in the 1990s, man. That's my heyday. That's when I was first introduced to car audio. We didn't have this. The only 6-inch speakers you had that was putting out noise was 6x9s, and they didn't sound like this. No. Let's find another song, and then we're gonna be done with this. This one's called Goodie Bags. I like this song. Very dynamic. God damn. Man, I'm gonna just stop this because I think the damn video gonna speak for itself. Amazing, man. Amazing build. You guys see it for yourself. I'm only limited by the power I have on tap. And another thing to keep in mind about this whole build, those subwoofers are not sealed. But long story short, I'm not gonna, prolong the video no more than it has to be. It's amazing what you can do if you use a little bit of science. That's all I kind of want to point out here. If you use a little bit of science, you can get away with pulling off amazing things. I see some builds on the internet and some people are very wowed by them, their size, the cost of them. And then you got a few builds that don't cost a whole lot and people are wowed by them. And at the end of the day, it's all science, man. We're all science lovers. This is engineering. All this stuff is engineering. I got a project coming up I think it's gonna shock all of y'all, but a little bit more on that in the next video. Till next time, it's the Budget Basshead, and I'm out.